So picture this, it's January 1st, 2026, and you're starting with nothing in the bank. No investment portfolio, no cushion, just a regular paycheck that covers your monthly expenses. And everywhere you look, the world feels like it's spinning faster. Headlines about interest rates, AI shaking up industries, waves of layoffs, housing prices that seem completely detached from reality. This is usually where people give up mentally. They figure they're already too far behind, so they either panic or, and this might be worse, they just freeze up completely. But here's the thing, if I had to start from absolute zero right now, I wouldn't panic. Because building wealth early on isn't really about being clever or having some brilliant strategy. It's about being structured and methodical. Wealth isn't a feeling, it's a sequence. And if you get the order right, 2026 can actually be a genuine fresh start. Not easy, mind you, but clean. Let me walk you through the architecture. Step 1. Remove the drag. If you're starting at zero, chances are your net worth isn't actually zero, it's negative. High-interest debt is like an invisible anchor weighing you down. If you've got credit card balances charging you 18%, 22%, maybe even 24% interest, you're not really in a position to invest yet. You're essentially compounding in reverse. And here's the hard truth, you simply cannot out-invest a 20% leak. That's not a motivational statement, that's just math. So you use what's called the debt avalanche method. List out every debt you have, rank them by interest rate, and attack the highest rate first while paying the minimums on everything else. But this isn't just about the numbers on a spreadsheet. Debt does something to your psychology. It narrows your sense of what's negotiable in life. It makes you tolerate bad situations longer than you should. It makes you afraid to ask for more, whether that's a raise or better opportunities. When you finally kill that debt, you reclaim your range of motion. Step 2. Build the buffer. Most people jump straight from being debt-free to being fully invested. And then life happens, a car breaks down, a medical bill arrives, some surprise expense pops up. Suddenly they're forced to sell their investments at the worst possible time just to cover it. That's how you lose twice. So before you invest a single dollar, you build a 3-month emergency fund. Keep it liquid, boring, and completely untouchable. Something FDIC insured, that protects up to $250,000 per bank. This money doesn't earn you a return in dollars. It earns you a return in being able to say no. No to panic selling. No to desperate decisions. No to letting bad luck become permanent damage. That stability is what makes everything else possible. Step 3. Automate ownership. Now here's where most people sabotage themselves without even realizing it. Once the debt's gone and the buffer's built, they want to feel smart. They want to pick winning stocks, beat the market, get that dopamine hit of being right. But your job at this stage isn't to be a genius. Your job is to be consistent. So you automate boring, low-cost index funds with automatic contributions every single payday. You basically remove your ego from the process entirely. The system doesn't react to news headlines. The system just buys, steadily and reliably. Because at this stage, reliability beats brilliance every single time. Step 4. Protect the compounding. Think of compounding like a fire, and taxes are the rain. It's not about what you make, it's about what you keep working for you. If you have access to a 401k with an employer match, that's your first priority. It's basically the closest thing to instant, guaranteed money, assuming you stay vested. Then you layer in whatever other tax-advantaged accounts you qualify for. You're not trying to dodge taxes entirely. You're just trying to keep your money inside the walls where it can compound without friction. Step 5. Expand capacity. Here's the final lever. You can only cut expenses so far, there's a floor. But there's no ceiling on what you can earn. If I'm starting at zero, my spare time isn't going toward distraction. It's going toward expansion. 1 hour a day, focused on one high-value skill, with 6 months of intentional practice. Maybe that's public speaking, technical certifications, project management, or sales fluency. A permanent raise in your primary income accelerates every other move in this system. It clears debt faster, fills the buffer quicker, scales your ownership, and fundamentally changes the math of everything that comes after. The result. Look, this isn't some get-rich-by-Tuesday scheme. This is the structured, mathematical path to freedom. The goal isn't just wealth for wealth's sake. The goal is removing one specific word from your vocabulary. Must. I must work this job. I must pay this interest. I must accept this situation. You replace must with choose. And that's what structure gives you. Time freedom is the result, but order is the path. The system can start right now.